Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Yellings, Part 2. Part 2, number 2.
Robble.
It's episode 2, Part 2. Doesn't matter. So,
as long as he's
everyone it's first of all, it's Chad's birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday, baby.
If he doesn't win this,
he's getting a lap dance by us either way. It's fine.
all right.
No.
I will keep
It will be
points.
forced. It will be forced.
I'll keep points. Right now, Matt
Consent is
is up 1 episode to 0. But tonight, it's you two versus Chad. And our topic tonight is Dungeons & Dragons
Okay.
versus you two. So Chad's going to tell you why Dungeons & Dragons is amazing, D&D. And then
You're not going to get a lot of argument from us, though.
Yeah, I love D&D.
Well, you guys, then, you know what?
I'm the DM, man.
It's D&D.
Through the legends
of Lord.
It's D&D. Never kissed a girl before. No, chalupa.
Anybody? Does anybody know who that is? Brian, do you know
All
who that
right,
is?
so I'll chime in every now and then to try to divide you guys, and then we'll see how it goes.
Try, but we're pretty united.
You guys are pretty united.
Wait.
All right, hold on.
You guys play the fucking the D&D.
hold on, this is Chad.
D&D arcade game?
That was a shout out to Stephen Lynch on the D&D song, by the way.
So perhaps I shall play the devil's advocate and say why D&D sucks.
All right, there we go. All right, so Chad will take the
He can pretend.
it sucks,
Yeah.
and then you guys will take
It's like D&D.
the role of it's awesome.
You're role-playing a douchebag. Got it.
Yeah.
That's.
Shit, I've already lost the
Well,
argument.
You lost all your arguments.
I mean, we're doing it in real life, and we're not playing. We're doing it in real life, and we're.
Role-playing douchebags?
No.
No, I play
we're,
douchebag
we're actually just doing it.
Oh.
All right,
Or
so
douching
let's
it.
go. Chad, 2 minutes about why D&D is awesome. Then we'll go 2 minutes of no, not awesome.
I'm still going to argue this format. We
And
should just
then-
yell at each other.
Yeah. So do your thing.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Chad Yarsh speaking here. Now, the reason that D&D is awesome is because it's...
Wait, I thought you were devil's advocating.
Shoot.
You do
There-
2, 2, and 2.
I'll play the devil's advocate next
Wait, I
time.
thought you don't want to like D&D.
What is this, the fucking love connection?
Yeah, what
We'll
are
be
the
back in
rules?
2 and 2.
I thought you didn't like
Do whatever
D&D.
you want. It's
We all
called
agree
yelling.
D&D is
You don't
great.
yell at each other.
And this is
We
the.
should just talk
matter.
about why it's great.
And this is how we devolve as a
Talk
civilization.
about why it's great, and we'll just increasingly get louder as we agree with one another.
All right, fine.
Do your thing.
Go.
I'll go
So-
get more booze.
From an actor standpoint, a member of a reduced Shakespeare company.
All right.
Traveled around.
Reduced?
Yeah, the reduced Shakespeare company is
Like tiny?
very, very small.
Like
yeah.
microscopic?
That means you have to be good.
It's so if you're not familiar with the reduced Shakespeare company, it seems like a lot of improv, but it's very scripted. But the thing about D&D is it's all improv.
Yeah. From
The
everybody's standpoint.
the dungeon master has a script or a general outline that he's going
You
by.
should never that they're going by. You should never have a staunch script. That's a bad DM. It's somebody that
It's like herding cats with swords and magic spells.
This is what we're gonna do. You're like, no. I've created a world for you to explore. Explore it, and I'm gonna bullshit my way through it while I get fucking hammered drunk.
Well, and so there's sandboxing and then there's railroading.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Who likes railroading?
Well, sometimes
If
you
you've
need
got
that.
a really good story,
It
but you gotta do a little.
You gotta be a
both.
great storyteller.
Gotta do some of
You,
both.
you have to have a little
Yeah,
free
yeah,
will, but then
but-
you got to keep everybody on track. Like, hey, we're going.
Well, I mean, like the railroad.
We're never gonna get through this if we don't.
The railroad parts, like you can go straight through it, or like maybe you hit a switch and you go this way and you go all the way around, but eventually you end up at the same point.
Well,
Like,
yeah, you want to get
and
people
that's a
to
good-
those points.
Or you just make it up and you're like, oh, it was supposed to be here, but in order to keep the story going, I'm just gonna make.
Either way, you're gonna
It's actually here.
you're gonna have to fight the dwarf orc, and it's not gonna work out well for the dwarf.
Yeah.
I like it.
Did we just come up with that?
I think we're doing playing D&D tonight. I think that's what's happening.
But it depends on the group. It depends on the DM, depends on the group. Like sometimes you have people that are just going to take a tiny little thing and run with
Fixate,
it
yeah.
off in a direction.
Right.
Or like I have a Thursday night game where most of the people are pretty new to D&D.
So they don't play horny.
No.
That's
I
fun,
will
though.
not play with horny players. I'm sorry.
What's a horny player?
A horny player is somebody that plays a a bard. We'll say it. They play a
Sure,
bard,
yeah, mhm.
and they try and fuck everything. And you're like, bro, like
If
this
there are any
isn't
girls there, I want to do them.
this is in our imaginations. Why
So
are
they're
you
acting
trying
out
to
their sexual
fuck everything? No,
fantasies.
like it's a huge.
Isn't that what we're doing right now?
A little bit.
Can I fuck it?
Yeah.
It's like in video games, can I pet the dog? In D&D, it's can I fuck it? And sometimes it's can I fuck the dog?
Happy birthday to Chad.
Happy
Hey,
birthday,
thanks,
Chad.
everybody. Thanks for having
Oh,
me
I
on
got
the
a
show.
shot too. Oh, hey. Hey. I'm glad we cheers to can I fuck the dog?
Can I fuck the dog? Or
And yes, you can, as long as nobody else is looking.
like
As
how?
long as you're half dog.
Like where are the tieflings at? You know, can I get weird with this?
Right, yeah.
Can I get strange?
What color am I?
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
so-
and that's up to you.
So 2 minutes. What's
2
wrong
minutes
with
past
D&D?
like 5 minutes ago.
What's wrong with D&D? The people.
The people!
The fucking people.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We segued into this perfectly. The can I fuck the dog?
Yeah.
Can I fuck the dog? Yeah. Can I fuck it? Oh.
This
oh,
episode
it's
is
a
brought to you by
dragon.
dog
it's a
fucking.
Dragon. Can I fuck it?
We don't
that's
condone
a
it.
orc. That's a troll. Can I fuck it?
But if you have high enough charisma, you can probably roll it.
Horny players.
The people that
Horny players.
don't know the rules. And they're like, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And there's somebody that knows the rules is like, well,
rule-
actually, you
Actually?
can't. Yeah.
You're like-
yeah,
and then you
can't
go,
do
hey,
that.
you know what? I'm the DM. Fuck you. I mean, and now we're talking like that's what made White Wolf so good before D&D finally picked this up. White Wolf, Brian, you don't know what the fuck White Wolf is.
I have no
White
idea
Wolf
what's
is
going on.
another
Vampire, changeling, wraith.
Hunter the Reckoning,
people
Mummy,
dress
Wait.
Hunter the Reckoning.
Have you ever played the
I fucking
Street
would, that's
Fighter
for sure.
system?
I have not.
Did you know that White Wolf, one of their first systems was
Street
Street
Fighter?
Fighter,
Oh,
and it's
fucking
fucking brilliant. I actually play this. We do a streaming show, Misfit Table.
You beat up a car.
Beat up a car
You see
or
who
other
can,
people, and
who
you,
can beat up a car fastest.
yeah, and you call out your moves. You're like lightning fist, driving punch.
So you
like,
play E Honda, right? You just go. Ruh, 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 ruh,
yeah, but you get to build your own character.
That's actually the sound E-Honda makes.
He makes that sound. Yeah.
Wop, 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 wop. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so White Wolf.
Why? No.
People,
So,
the people.
so wait.
Why
White
do the
Wolf-
people suck?
White Wolf's original intention was like, okay, here are the core rules, but what's really important is whatever the DM says goes because they're telling the story. So, and eventually, I mean, shit, it took what? D&D had to get taken over by Wizards of the Coast, and eventually they're like, hey, like, just the DM's rules, just follow them. But that was the core of the White Wolf system was like, it's not about rules, it's
about
about
the storytelling.
The storytelling is about the game, like, just go with
Without
the
rules,
flow.
you devolve into
ACT
anarchy.
was, I want to walk down the road.
And somebody fucks the
Roll
dog.
a d20. You rolled an 18. You tripped on your sword. You're dead,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
bend bars, lift gates. What the fuck is that?
How the fuck am I supposed to fight a dragon? I can't even walk down the fucking road without injuring my fucking self.
Well, and
So
there's
D&D
also
has
like,
gotten better. It's gotten more accessible because
Well-
they're just like, hey, fucking this White Wolf shit is pretty awesome.
yeah. And it comes back to the storytelling, but we're on the point of people being the problem, where some people they don't want to follow the story, or they
Edgelords.
don't know. Yeah, edgelords. They
I'm right fucking here, dude.
don't know
I'm edging
how
it
the
right now.
rules work, and they're like, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and sometimes the DM's like, rule of cool, go ahead, whatever, or everybody else is like, that's not actually how any of this fucking works.
I feel like being a dungeon master is akin to being like a referee in a
Yes.
WWF match.
Yeah,
Where it was like,
there
did
are
I
no
see the
rules.
steel chair?
Actually,
Did I sorry, WWE, not the World Wildlife Federation. Shout out to them. We love pandas.
I also went to Panda. Good pull. Yeah.
Express? You went to Pan Express?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's terrible. Don't do it.
I mean, every once in a while you're like, all right, I need that orange.
I know, right? Like, it just,
We all know. You fucking old shit.
even though all of the Chinese food just takes 10 minutes to deliver, pick up, you're like, oh, 10 minutes, huh? All right. Guess I'm shitting myself later. Also like D&D.
Yes. Well, I guess I'm shitting myself later.
Guess I'm shitting myself later.
My DM served me undercooked chicken. I got salmonella. I guess I'm shitting myself later.
Just did nothing but taquitos and Mountain Dew.
But so back to the point, D&D is about the people. There's the DM trying to tell a story, Yeah, pre-written modules.
Yeah.
That are good.
Yeah.
Personally, I take most of those and then stack on a bunch of other shit to make it more interesting. Most of those are just a skeleton for you to tell your story.
There's so many free. Oh god, the
So
amount
much.
of free materials that you can just get a hold of and be like, this is a cool side quest. I'm gonna pop it in
Yeah,
because why the
more
fuck
and
not?
more,
Or
more
like
and more all the time.
the best DMs are people with a sense of humor. They'll be like, all right,
I'll
let's
allow
fucking-
it.
Yeah. yeah.
I'll allow it. Like,
I'll allow it.
Let's see how this goes.
Exactly. Let's see how this shakes
Like,
out.
have you ever listened to Dungeons and Daddies?
I have heard of it. I have not actually listened to it. Is it good?
So this is actually kind of the opposite of what we're trying to argue, where the people make this game so good. Where they're just coming up, the players are coming up with this random crazy shit, and the DM's like, yep, okay.
I like it.
And we're running with that, and it molds the world that they're playing in.
Gotta say it
and then
again.
the guy brings everything back to fuck them over again and again and again.
White Wolf had fucking the Exalted system. I was fucking running this game with my fucking brother, and he takes this like super lore. Like he's all about the lore. He's got no martial prowess. He's got no stamina. He takes all lore. But he realized that
I get
if
tired
he
pretty quickly,
makes
too.
something up in the game and he rolls high enough, it becomes fact in this universe.
Canon.
So he decides he's like, one of my party members is poisoned. I know a lot about fish. I'm gonna roll lore on fish and find out if a fish in this river can cure the poison. He rolls a fucking nat 20. DM goes, well, yeah,
Okay. fish
but
oil cures the
you
poison.
don't have the fucking athletic attributes to catch the fish.
Yes.
But you are fat and slow, and the fish evades you. You die of
Fish that
poisoning.
you identified can cure your poison.
Die of poisoning.
But you didn't catch it, so it's still dead.
And I love that kind of storytelling. Like, yes and. Like, leaning forward.
Yes, and it's improv.
The bluegill might save you, but you're too fat to get it.
Yeah.
All right, so right now
Did you
we've
describe
got,
us?
I did. We've got 3 minutes.
Too fat to get it. How
Yeah.
long are these episodes?
50 minutes.
50?
15.
70?
1-5.
70. No,
51?
15 minutes. So Chad,
When
What are you having?
did you get here?
You're just feeding him.
Don't right now. He's off on his fucking.
Oh.
He's off his rocker. So everyone gets starting.
Wait,
in a
whoa,
few
whoa, whoa.
seconds.
No, this doesn't work because we all agree.
Yeah.
We all agree.
Yo, everyone's gonna get a point. I'm pretty sure, unless like your last rant doesn't matter. So we're gonna go. Chad in 8 seconds is gonna give his 30 seconds. Your 30 seconds. Your 30 seconds. Whoever gets the best argument for why D&D is awesome, and go.
So the reason that D&D is awesome is if you've ever been in any sort of creative situation, this is a free-flowing forum for ideas and fantasy and writing and creation. Like whatever you want. This is literally the point of the game, to make up any story you want. That's why we're here. And also to have fun. The reason it sucks is because everyone's schedules completely conflict with everybody
Nice.
else's.
That's it for you, Chad. Good points. Matt, you're next.
D&D is great because you just hang out with your fucking buddies and make your fucking friends laugh. Or you just make shit up and be like, oh, if you chug that beer, if you finish that whole fucking beer, I'm gonna give you an extra fucking constitution point. Why? Because it's fucking funny and because we're just hanging out, bullshitting. Like, for me, D&D is, I'm gonna tell a story, but also we're gonna laugh our fucking asses off and eat pizza.
Ginny, go.
Now, I've only played D&D a handful of times, which is why these two pretty much rocked this whole thing, and I just made snide comments. But in the handful of times I did play D&D, I had a fucking blast. And like Chad said, like it's an open forum for ideas, storytelling, like shit. Play fucking D&D and you might end up being a fucking writer. You know, you're learning how to tell story, you're learning how to structure and all sorts of shit. But I will go on the last part. D&D also fucking sucks because the people fucking suck. And like we always said, they're gonna try to fuck the dog.
Horny
And when
bards!
somebody
Horny
tries,
bards!
horny bards try to
Horny
fuck
bards
the
try to
dog.
fuck the dog! Fuck the
And it ruins the game. And it ruins the game. And once again, community callback. I am Brutalitops. Magic user, baby.
So we're gonna have to give Jimmy the point. So Matt got the first one, our first podcast. Jimmy gets number 2. Thank you, Chad.
Well, hey, it was my first time, so, you know.
We'll have you back.
Let me see that.
My first time with